thoughts in your mind that you aren't good enough, that you'll never be successful? If so, you're not alone. I've had those thoughts playing in my mind ever since I took the leap to become an entrepreneur. It's a dirty, dark secret that no one likes to talk about, as the glamorization of becoming an entrepreneur is shown in the media. I realized that in order to succeed, I needed help. We all do. So I decided to go all in on myself, spending thousands of hours in the trenches, reading, joining groups, listening to podcasts, hiring coaches to develop a bulletproof morning routine for success. Join me on my journey as together we build our morning fire to ignite our lives as entrepreneurs. My name is Jeff Wickersham, and this is the Morning Fire for Entrepreneurs podcast. Boom! Good morning, good morning. So happy April to everyone. It's amazing that we are already at the quarter point of the year, right? One quarter of the year is already behind us in our rearview mirror. And it's so important to do what I'm going to talk about with you today. Reflect, recalibrate, and refocus, right? And reflect is so vitally important, right? We need to reflect on what has happened the last 3 months. Where are we at, right? What targets, what goals, what do we set, and where do we get to? If we don't reflect, we're not going to be able to recalibrate, right? So these kind of work hand in hand with each other. So you've got to reflect. Take some time today, tonight, over the weekend, reflect, hey, what worked, right? If it's a physical fitness perspective, right? What worked for you? For me, my goal for this entire year is 100,000 push-ups. So my goal each and every day is to do 300. Did I hit that every single day? No, but I did 26,720 push-ups. So if you take that being a quarter of the year, I am still on track to hit my goal. You've got to reflect. You've got to see what worked, what didn't. If it's business-wise, your business, you're an entrepreneur, you've got to reflect on where the numbers are at. What do you need to tweak? If things aren't working from a marketing, from a lead generation perspective, what can you change? I just made a small tweak yesterday in my business. So that reflection is so vital in being able to move to the next step. And so many times we are going so fast, right? We have all these activities. We're on social media. We're doing all these things that we don't take time to truly reflect on what we accomplished, or maybe what we didn't accomplish, and then think about how do we recalibrate? How do we change our focus, change some small things so our direction is truly where we need it to be. So definitely spend some time either today or over the weekend reflecting on, hey, the past 3 months, am I headed towards my yearly targets? Am I headed to where I want to go? If not, that moves us into the second stage, right? Recalibrate. Recalibrate where you're headed. Make some changes. If you're not headed in the right direction, there's no reason to continue going down that route. Maybe you're off by a little bit. That's fine. Change something, right? If it's fitness related, maybe it's your diet, right? Change something related to that. If it's your business, change your marketing approach. Change how many times you follow up with your clients. Those type of things are going to get you to move the needle. But once you reflect, then you've got to make some changes. And so many times we are driven by our habits and rituals, right? Up to 90 to 95% of what we do on a daily basis is driven through our habits and rituals. So that's why we feel like we're on autopilot. That's why we feel like every day is Groundhog Day. That's why one day becomes a week becomes a month becomes a quarter, and we're here already in 2021, a quarter of the way through the year. So to get off of that, you've got to reflect, and then you've got to make changes. And don't try and overwhelm yourself with all these grand changes. Make small shifts. Those small shifts can be very, very powerful over time. You still have 9 months left in the year. So those small shifts can get you towards your goal. And you've got to be very honest and real with the numbers and the results that you have. Because then you can tweak and figure out, okay, what do I need to attack? Where do I need to look for the remainder part of the year. So that's the recalibrate piece, right? So that's the third step, that's the second step. The third step is refocus, right? Now that you've reflected, now that you've taken stock in where you've been, what you achieved in the first quarter, you've recalibrated. Okay, here's where I am. I'm very honest and truthful about where I'm at. I need to tweak some things. I'm recalibrating. Now you need to refocus. Not checking the phone first thing in the morning. Limiting the time you spend on social media. Limiting the time you spend watching mindless TV. Those types of activities, if you truly want and desire those results, goals that you set at the beginning of the year, those pieces to the puzzle need to be cut out, or at least put some self-imposed limits on them. That will allow your focus to be that much better moving forward and truly move the needle towards those goals and those results that you want to achieve. I appreciate you watching, appreciate you listening. Have an amazing day. Rise, fight, love, repeat. Get after it. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Morning Fire for Entrepreneurs podcast. You now have the knowledge, but without action, knowledge is useless. Choose to act. Choose to step into your greatness and unlock that hero inside of you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review so more entrepreneurs can hear this message. If you absolutely love this podcast, which I hope you do, then share it up with someone you know who might see benefit from it. Become that beacon of change, and together we can impact the world.